Continuing coverage tonight, we've told you that after decades of volunteer efforts, the Axton Life Saving Crew has officially shut its doors. And for the first time since that announcement, former members are speaking out about what comes next for the community that they've been serving for so long. WFXR's Haley Connor joins us live from the newsroom tonight. Haley, what did those members tell you today?
Yeah, Kathleen, now both members say that this is a very emotional time for them, as both of them have been a part of the Axton Life Saving Crew since the first day they opened.
This is part of my life, you know. This is 30 years I've been involved, and I don't want to see it close down.
The board members said within the last week they had to make the decision to shut down because they have been seeing a shortage of volunteers since the pandemic, and their entire life-saving crew is run by volunteers.
You have to really have a heart for it to do it. And we hope that there are still people out there who want to volunteer, who want to help their community. The places that you live and work in, you know, traveling up and down the highway, anything could happen. You want people who can help you.
They said the biggest issue the community will see is delayed response times, where a longer wait can be a matter of life and death.
We're thankful that Henry County Public Safety is able to respond to calls in this area, but the response time is really what's going to affect the people of Axton.
The director of public safety with Henry County says volunteer departments ensure each area has hyper-local emergency responders who can get to people in crisis.
Unfortunately, with the closing of Axton Life Saving Crew, even though the services will continue to be provided without a response deck directly coming physically from their building, there may be a delayed response, but help is on the way.
And board members said this is not only happening to them, but they have seen a lack of volunteers all over.
I think people are not committed to volunteering. The newer generation is not. Everybody wants to be paid for everything they do, and you know, I think that maybe that's part of it, but just a sense of being a community member and helping people is harder to do nowadays.
Now, they also expressed the importance of volunteering and the fear that if more people do not start volunteering in their communities, that the same thing could happen in other places. Back to you.